seemeth by his plight of the revolt, the new estate?
This is the sergeant, who like a good and hearty soldier fought against my captivity. Hail, brave friend. Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless MacDonald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. From the western isles of Kerns and gallowglasses is supplied. Fortune on his damn curl smiling showed like a rebel's whore. But all's too weak for brave Macbeth. Well, he deserves that name. Disdaining fortune with this brandished steel which smoke with bloody execution. Like Balor's minion, he carved at his passage till he faced the slave, and ne'er did he shake hands, nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him from knave to chops, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Oh, valiant cousin, worthy gentleman.
Mark, King of Scotland, Mark, no sooner justice had, with valor armed, compelled these skipping kerns to trust their heels, but the Norwegian lord, surveying vantage, with furbished arms and new supplies of men, begin a fresh assault.
Dismayed about this our captains, Macbeth and Banquo.
Yes, as the sparrow, the eagle, and the hare, the lion. If I say sooth, it was if they were cannons overcharged with double cracks, so they doubly redoubled strokes upon the bow. Except they meant to bathe in reeking wounds or memorize another Golgotha. I cannot tell. But I have faint, and my gaseous cry for help.
So well thy words become thee, as thy wounds they smack of honor both. Go, get him surgeons. Who comes here?
Worthy Thane of Ross.
What a haste looks to his eyes. So should he look that sees you speak things strange.
God save the king.
Whence camest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where the Norwegian banners flout the sky and fan our people cold. Norway himself, with terrible numbers, assisted by that most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, began a dismal conflict, till that Bellona's bridegroom, lapped in proof, confronted him with self-comparisons, point against point, rebellious arm against arm, curbing his lavish spirit, and to conclude the victory fell on us.
Great happiness. No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interest. Go, pronounce his present death, and with his former title greet Macbeth.
I'll see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
Sister, killing swine, sister, where thou? A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched and munched and munched. Give me, quoth I, adroit thee, witch, the rope-fed running cries. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master the tiger, but in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do.
I'll give thee a wind,
Thou'rt kind,
and I another.
I myself have all the other, and all the very ports they blow, all the quarters that they know. I'm the shipman's card, I'll trade him dry as hay. Sleep shall neither night nor day. Hang upon his penthouse lid he shall live, and then forbid. Weary 7 nights, 9 times 9 shall he dwindle, peak and pine. Though his bark cannot be lost, yet it shall be tempest tossed. Look what I have.
Show me.
Here I have a pilot's thumb, racked as homeward he did come.
A drum, Macbeth doth come.
The weird sisters hand in hand, posters of the sea and land, thus do go about, thrice to thine, and thrice to mine, and thrice again to make up 9. Peace, the charms wound up.
So foul and fair a death withered and so wild when they're retired. Look, not like the inhabitants of the earth can on it. Yeah. Live you? Or are you at that man may question? You seem to understand me by each at once her choppy finger laying upon her skinny lip. You should be women! Yet your years forbid me to interpret that you are so.
Speak if you can! What are you?
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Glamis.
All hail Macbeth. Hail to thee, Thane of Cawdor.
All hail Macbeth.
That shalt be king hereafter.
Oh, good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that sound so fair? In the name of truth, are you fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly you show? My noble partner, you greet with present grace, and great prediction of noble having, and of royal hope that he seems wrapped withal. To me, you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, who neither beg nor fear thy favors nor thy hate.
Hail.
Hail. Hail.
Lesser than Macbeth. And greater.
Not so happy, yet much happier. Thou shalt get king, though thou be not.
So all hail.
And Banquo.
Banquo.
And Macbeth. All hail.
Stay, you imperfect speakers, tell me more! By my father's death, I know I'm dead of gloves. How of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives a prosperous gentleman. And to be king stands not within the prospect of belief. No more than to be Cawdor. Say from whence you owed a strange intelligence or what? Upon this velocity you stop our way with such prophetic greeting. Speak, I charge you!
The earth hath bubbles as the water has, and these are of them. With her are they vanished.
Into the air. But some corporal melted his breath into the wind. When they had stayed.
Were such things here as we do speak upon, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
Thane of Cawdor too, so.
Self-same tune and word.
Oh, Macbeth!
Who's here?
Ah, the king has happily received, Macbeth, the news of thy success, and I am sent to give thee from our royal master thanks, and then to herald thee into his presence. And for the earnest of a greater honor, he bade me from him call thee Thane of Cawdor. In which addition, hail, most worthy Thane, for it is thine.
What? Can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
Who was the Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment bears that life which he deserves to lose. Whether he was combined with those of Norway, or did line the rebel with hidden help and vantage, I know not. But treason's capital, confessed and proved, has overthrown him.
Glans and Thane of Cawdor. The greatest is behind. Thanks for your pains. Do not hope your children shall be kings, when those that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them.
That trust at home might yet enkindle you unto the crown, besides Thane of Cawdor. 'Tis strange. Oftentimes to win us to our harms, the instruments of darkness tell us truths. Win us with honest trifles, to betray is deepest consequence. Cousin, a word I pray.
Two truths are told as happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. I thank you, cousin. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success, commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion, whose horrid image doth fix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature? Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's wrapped.
Chance will have me king. Why chance may crown me without my stir?
New honors come upon him like our strange garments, cleave not to their mold, but with the aid of use.
Come what come may, time and the hour run through roughest day.
Worthy Macbeth! We stay upon your leisure.
Oh, give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Kind cousin, your pains are registered where every day I turn the leaf to read them. Let us toward the king. Think upon what hath chanced, and at more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to other.
Very gladly.
Till then, enough. Come, friends.
Is execution done on Cador? Are not those in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I spoke with one who saw him die, who did report that very frankly he confessed his treasons, implored your highness's pardons, and set forth a deep repentance. Nothing in his life became in like the leaving it. He died as one who had been studied in his death. To throw away the dearest thing he owed us were a careless trifle.
There's no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. Oh, worthiest cousin. The sin of my ingratitude was heavy even now upon me. Thou art so far before that swiftest wing of recompense is slow to overtake thee. Wouldst thou hast less deserved that the proportion both of thanks and payment had been mine? Only this have I left to say. More is thy due than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your highness part is to receive our duties, and our duties are to your throne and state, children, and servants who do but what they should by doing everything save toward your love and honor.
Welcome hither. I have begun to plant thee and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, that hast no less deserved, nor let it be known, no less to have done so, let me enfold thee and hold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Children, kin, thanes, and all you who are the nearest, know that we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter Prince of Cumberland. Which honor must not unaccompanied invest him only, but signs of nobleness like stars shall shine on all deservers. From hence to Inverness, to bind us further to you.
Oh, the rest is labor which is not used for you. I'll be myself the harbinger and make joy for the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cador.
The Prince of Cumberland. That is a step on which I must fall down or else o'erleap, for in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires, that not light see my black and deep desires. The eye wink at the hand, yet let that be which the eye fears when it is done to see.
True noble Banquo, he is full so valiant that in his commendations I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let us after him, who has gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
They met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the perfectest report they have more in them than mortal knowledge. When I burned in desire to question them further, they made themselves air into which they vanished. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came missives from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cador, by which title before the weird sisters saluted me and referred me to the coming on of time with Hail, King that shalt be. This have I thought good to deliver thee, my dearest partner of greatness, that thou mightst not lose the dues of rejoicing by being ignorant of what greatness is promised thee. Lay it to thy heart in farewell. Glamis thou art, and Cador, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet do I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou wouldst be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. What thou wouldst highly, thou wouldst thou holily, would not play false, and yet wouldst wrongly win. Thou'dst have great land as that which cries, thus thou must do if thou had it, and that which rather thou dost fear to do than wishest should be undone. Hie thee hither, that I may chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round which fate and metaphysical aid seem to have crowned thee withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou art mad to say it. Is not thy master with him, who, were it so, would have informed for preparation?
So please you, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows had the speed of him, who, almost dead for breath, had scarcely more that would make up his message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. The raven himself is horse that croaks the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits, who tend on mortal thoughts, unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood and stop up the passage and access to remorse, that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor make peace between the effect and it. Come to my women's breasts and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait on nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Great Blandis, worthy Cawdor, greater than both by the all-hail hereafter. Your letter has transported me beyond the ignorant present, and I feel now the future is in the instant.
My dearest love, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh. Well, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my Thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters. To beguile the time, look like the time. Bear welcome in your hand, your eye, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that's coming must be provided for, and you will put this night's business into my dispatch. For all our days and nights to come shall give solely sovereign sway and masterdom.
We will speak firm.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air sweetly and nimbly recommends itself unto our gentle senses.
I have observed the air is delicate.
See our honored hostess. The love which follows us sometimes is our trouble, which still we thank as love. Therein I shall teach you how you shall bid God yield us for your pains and thank us for your trouble.
All our service in every point, twice done and then done double, were poor and single business to contend against the great honors broad and deep with which your majesty loads our house. For those of old, and the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels with a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, helped him to his home before us. Fair and noble hostess, we are your guest tonight.
Well, your servants have theirs themselves, and what is theirs in compt to make their audit at your highness's pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. conduct me to mine host. We love him highly, and will continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
It were done when 'tis done, and 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could travel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success. But this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here, but here upon this bank and shoal of time we jump the life to come. But in these cases we still have judgment here. And we but teach bloody instructions, which being taught, return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed, then as his host who should against his murderer shut that door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan had borne his faculties so meek, had been so clear in his great office that his virtues shall plead like angels' trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air shall blow the horrid deed in every eye, that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition which o'erleaps itself and falls on the... How now? What news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
Hath he asked for me?
No, you not. He has.
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since? And wakes it now to look so green and pale at what it did so freely? Art thou afraid to be the same in thine own act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have what thou esteemest the ornament of life and live a coward in thine own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would?
Keep peace. I dare do all that may become a man who dares to more is none.
What beast was it that made you break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man. And to be more than you were, you would be so much more the man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you. No, I have given suck, and I know how tender it is to love the babe that milks me. I would, while it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from its boneless gums and dashed its brains out, had I so sworn as you have done this.
If we should fail...
We fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place and will not fail. When Duncan is asleep, whereto the rather shall his day's hard journey soundly invite him, his two chamberlains will I with wine and wassail so convince that memory, the warder of the brain, shall be as a fume. The receipt of reason a limbeck only, when in swinish sleep their drenched natures lies in a death. What not can you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan, what not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great quell?
Bring forth men, children only, for thy undaunted metal should compose nothing nothing but males, will not be received when we have marked with blood the sleepy two of his own chamber, and use their very daggers that they have done.
Who dares receive it other, when we shall make our grief and clamor roar upon his death?
I am settled, and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat. Away, and mark the time with fairest show. False face must hide, but the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, boy?
The moon is down. I've not heard the clock.
She goes down at 12.
I take this letter, Mother.
Hold. Take my sword. There's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. Take thee that, too. Heavy summons lies of lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in her bones. Give me my sword. Who's there?
A friend! A friend!
What, sir? Not yet at rest?
Oh.
The king's abed. He hath been an unusual pleasure, and sent forth great largesse to your offices. This diamond. He greets your wife withal, by the name of most kind hostess, and shut up in measureless content.
Oh. Being unprepared, our will became the servant to defect, which else should free have wrought.
All's well. I dreamt last night of the three weird sisters. To you, they've shown some truth.
I think not of them. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business. If you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure.
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, and still keep my bosom franchised and allegiance clear. I shall be counsel.
Good, good. Propose the one.
Thanks, sir. Alike to you.
Go bid thy mistress, when my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger, which I see before me? Handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressive brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable as this which now I draw. Thou marshalest me the way which I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of other senses, or else worth all the rest. I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood which was not so before. There's no such thing as the bloody business which informs dust of mine eyes. Now, o'er the one-half world, nature seems dead, and wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Witchcraft celebrates pale Hecate offerings, and withered murder, alarmed by his sentinel the wolf, who howls his watch, and thus, with his stealthy pace, with Tarquin's ravishing strides towards his design, moves like a ghost. Thou sure firm said earth, mark my steps. Which way they walk, for fear thy very stones prate of mine whereabouts, and take the present horror from the time which now suits with it. Whilst I threats he lives, words the heat of deeds to cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. No, not Duncan, for 'tis a knell that summons thee to heaven or to hell.
What hath made them drunk hath made me bold. That which hath quenched them hath given me fire. Peace. 'Twas the owl that screeched, the fatal bellman that gives the sternest good night. He is about it. The doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores. I have drugged their possets that death and nature do contend about them whether they live or die.
Who's thou? What's ho?
I am afraid they've awaked, and 'tis not done. It is the intent and not the deed that confounds us. I laid their daggers ready. He could not have missed them. Had he not resembled my father as he slept, I'd have done it. My husband.
I have done the deed. Does thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl scream and the crickets cry, and did not you speak?
When?
Now.
As I descended?
I.
Hark! Who lies in the second chamber?
Donalbain.
This is a sorry sight.
A foolish thing to say, a sorry sight.
These one did laugh and sleep. They weren't quite murdered that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them. But they did say their prayers and address them again to sleep.
There are two lodged together.
One cried, God bless us, and all men the other, as they had seen me with these hangman's hands. Listening their fear, I could not say all men when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
Wherefore can I not pronounce all men? I had most need of blessing, and all men stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought after these ways, so it will make us mad.
Methought I heard a voice, cry sleep no more. Macbeth does murder sleep, the innocent sleep, sleep that knits up the raveled sleeve of care, the dearth of each day's life, sore labor's bath, balm of hurt minds, great nature's second course.
What?
She nourished her in life's feast.
What do you mean?
Still, it cried sleep no more to all the house. Gallant hath murdered sleep, and therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more. Macbeth shall sleep no more.
Who was it that thus cried? Why, worthy Thane, you do unbend your noble strength to think so brain-sickly on things. Go, get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hands. Why have you brought the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go! Go, smear the sleeping grooms with blood!
Oh, do no more! I'm afraid to think what I've done. Look once again, I do not.
Oh, infirm of purpose! Give me the daggers! The sleeping and the dead are but as pictures. It is the eye of childhood that fears a painted devil. If he do bleed, I will gild the faces of the groom withal, because it must seem their guilt!
What is the knocking? How rest with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Ah, they pluck out mine eyes. Will all great Neptune's ocean wash this blood gleaned from my hand? No! This my hands would rather the multitudinous seas in Canadine, making the green one red.
My hands are of your color, but I shame to wear a heart so white. I hear a knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chambers. A little water clears us of this deed. How easy is it then? Your constancy hath left you unattended. More knocking. Get on your nightgown, lest occasion show us to be watchers. Be not
to rest on myself. Wait, Duncan, with thy knocking, I would thou couldst.
There's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Hellgate, he should have all turning the key. Yeah. No. Who's there? Never be awesome. Oh, here's the farmer that hanged himself on an expectation of plenty. Come in, time. Have napkins enough about you. Get your sweat right. Oh, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Hey, here's an equivocator that could swear in both the scales against either scale. Who committed treason enough for God's sake, but could not equivocate to heaven. Come in, equivocator. Oh, knock, who's there? Oh, Finn, here's an English tailor. Come hither for stealing out of a French hose. No. Come in, tailor, here. You may roast your goose. Knock. It's never quiet. What are you? Well, this place is too cold for hell. Oh, devil parted it no further. I had thought to have let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. I know, I pray you, remember the potter.
Oh, was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed, that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock. They got it. And drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
And what three things does drink especially provoke?
Well, marry, sir. Nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, sir, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes a desire, but takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink could be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him and mars him, sets him on and takes him off, persuades him, and disheartens him, makes him stand to, and not stand to. In conclusion, equivocates him in his sleep, and having given him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night.
I did, sir, in the very throat of me. But I requited him for his lie, and being, I think, too strong for him, though he took up my leg sometime, yet I made a shift to cast him.
Is thy master stirring? Oh, our knocking is awaited. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, both.
Is the king stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
He did command me to call timely on him. I have almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet it is one.
The labor we delight in physics pay. This is the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for it is my limited service.
he does. He did point so.
The night has been unruly. Where we lay, our chimneys were blown down, and as they say, lamentings heard in the air. Strange screams of death and prophesying, with accents terrible of dire combustion and confused events new hatched to the woeful time. The obscure bird clamored the livelong night. Some say the earth was feverous and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
My young remembrance cannot parallel a fellow to it.
Oh, horror. Horror. Tongue nor heart cannot conceive nor name thee.
What's the matter?
Confusion now hath made his masterpiece. Most sacrilegious murder hath broke up the Lord's anointed temple and stole thence the life of the building.
What did you say? The life?
You, His Majesty?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight with a new gorgon. Do not bid me speak, see, and then speak yourselves. Awake! Awake! Ring the alarm bell, murder and treason! Banquo and Donalbain Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep that's counterfeit and look on death itself! Up, up and see the great doom's image! Banquo Malcolm, as from your graves rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror! Ring the bell!
What business is it that such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of this house?
Gentle lady.
Speak! Speak!
Oh, gentle lady, it is not for you to hear what I can speak. Its repetition on a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Oh, Banquo, a royal master is murdered.
What? In our house?
Too cruel anywhere. Worthy death, I prithee, contradict thyself, say it is not so.
If I had died an hour before this chance, I'd lived in blessed time. But from this instant, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys. Renown and grace is dead. The wine of life is drawn. The mere lees is left. This vault to brag of.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father is murdered.
By whom? Those of his chamber, as it seemed, had done it. Their hands and faces were all bad with blood. So were their daggers, which as white we found upon their pillow. They stared and were distracted. No man's life was to be trusted with them.
Oh, yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who can be wise, amazed, tempered and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man. The expedition of my violent love would run the pulse of reason. But here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood, and his gashed out with like a breach in nature for ruin's wasteful entrance. And there the murderers, stripped in the colors of their trade, their daggers unmannerly breached with gore. Well, who could refrain that had a heart to love, and in that heart the courage to make love known?
Help me!
Look to the lady.
Why behold our tongues that folks may claim this argument for ours?
What should be spoken here? Where our fate, hid in an auger hole, may rush and seize us? Let's away. Our tears are not yet through.
Nor our strong sorrows upon the foot of ocean.
Look to the lady.
And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against an undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice.
And so do I.
So, let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet to the whole together.
Well contented.
What will you do? Let's not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which the false man does easy. All to England.
To Ireland, our separated fortune should keep us both the safer. Where we are, there's daggers in men's smiles. The near in blood, the nearer blight.
This murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted,
and our safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore, the horse. And let us not be dainty of leave-taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft which seals itself when there's no mercy left.
Threescore and 10 I can remember well. Within the volumes of which time I have seen hours dreadful and things strange. But this sore night hath trifled former knowings.
Good father, thou seest the heavens as unsettled by man's acts, just threaten his bloody stage. By the clock, 'tis day, yet dark night smothers the traveling land. Is it night's predominance, or the day's shame, that darkness doth the face of earth entomb when living light should kiss it?
'Tis unnatural, even like the deed that's done. On Tuesday last, a falcon towering in her pride of place was by a mousing owl hawked at and killed.
And Duncan's horses, a thing most strange and certain, beauteous and swift, the minions of their race, turned wild in nature, broke their stalls, and flung out, contending gainst obedience as they would make war with mankind.
They say they ate each other.
They did so, to the amazement of mine eyes that looked on it. Here comes the good Macduff. Are those worlds, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
Is it known who did this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Alas the day. What good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm and Donalbain, the king's children, are stolen away and fled, which puts upon them suspicion of the deed.
Against nature still. Thriftless ambition that would take up thine own life's means. Then it's most like the sovereignty will fall to Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Colmkill, the sacred storehouse of his predecessors and guardian of their bones.
Will you to Scone?
Your cousin, out to Fife.
Well, I will thither.
Well, may you see things well done there. And you, lest our old robes sit easier than our new.
Farewell, father.
God's benefit go with you and those that would make good of bad and friends of foes.
Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, Glamis, all as the weird women promised, and I fear thou playedst most foully for it. Yet it was said it would not stand in thy posterity, but that myself would be the root and mother of many kings. There come truth from them, as with thee, Macbeth, their speeches shine. Why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? Hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If she had been forgotten, it had been as a gap in our great feast, and all thing unbecoming.
Tonight we'll hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness come in upon me, to the which my duties are with a most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
Oh, we should have asked Desire for good advice, which still hath been both grave and prosperous in this day's council, but we'll take tomorrow. Is far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt this and supper. Go not my horse the better. I must become a borrower of the night for a dark hour or twain.
Fail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousins are bestowed in England and in Ireland, not confessing their cruel parricide, filling their hearers with strange invention, but of that tomorrow, when there are those shall have cause of state to crave us, join me. Adieu, horse, adieu, till you return at night. Ghost fiance with you.
Aye, my good lord. Our time does call upon us.
Well, I wish your horses swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to their backs. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. To make society the sweeter welcome, we will keep ourself till supper time alone. Well then, God be with you. Sir, a word with you. Tend to those men, our pleasure.
They are, my lord, within the palace gates.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in her royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much she bears, and to the dauntless temper of her mind, she hath the wisdom that doth guide her valor to act in safety. There's none but she whose being I do fear, and under her my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. She chided the sisters when first they put the name of king upon me, then bade them speak to her. Then prophet-like they hailed her mother to a line of kings. Upon my head they placed a fruitless crown, and put a barren scepter in my grip, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding. If it be so, for Banquo's issue have I filed my mind, for them the gracious Duncan have I murdered, but rankers in the vessel of my peace only for them, and mine eternal jewel, given to the common enemy of man to make them kings. The seat of Banquo kings! Rather than so, come fate into the list, and champion me to utterance. Who's there? Now go to the door and stay there till we call. Was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was.
So please, Your Highness.
Well then, now, have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was she in the times past which held you so under fortune? All this I made good to you in our last conference, passed in probation with you, how you were born in hand, how crossed the instruments who wrought with them, and all things else that might do half a soul into a notion praised. Say, thus did Banquo.
You made it known to us.
I did so and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go? Huh? Are you so gospel to pray for this good woman and for her issue, whose heavy hand hath bowed you to the grave and beggared yours forever?
We are men. A liege.
Aye, in the catalogue ye go for men as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, shoves, water rugs, and demi-wolves are clapped all by the name of dogs. Oh, the valiant file distinguishes the swift, the slow, the subtle, the housekeeper, the hunter, huh? Everyone according to the gift which bounteous nature hath in them closed, whereby they do receive particular addition from the bill that writes them all alike, and so of men. Now, if you have a station in the file, not to the worst rank of manhood, say it, and I will put that business in your bosoms, whose execution takes your enemy off, and grapples you to the heart and love of us who were our health, but sickly in her life, which in her death were perfect.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world hath so incensed that I am reckless what I do, despite the world.
And I another, so weary with disaster and tugged with fortune that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid of it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy?
True, my lord.
So is she mine, and in such bloody distance that every minute of her being thrust against my nest of life. And though I could, with barefaced power, sweep her from my sight, and bid my will avouch it, but yet I must not. For certain friends that are both hers and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but will fall, who I myself struck down. Well, thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for her. Sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform what you command us.
Though alive, your spirits shine through. Within this hour at most, I will advise you where to plant yourselves, acquaint you with the perfect spy at the time, the moment on't, for it must be done tonight, and something from the palace. Always thought that I require a clearness, and with her, to leave no rubs nor botches in the work. Fleance, her son that keeps her company, whose absence is no less material to me than is his mother's. We must embrace the fate of that dark hour. Resolve yourselves apart, I'll come to you anon.
You're resolved, my lord.
I'll call upon you straight, abide within. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Is Banquo gone from court? Aye, madam, but returns again tonight. Say to the king I would attend his leisure for a few words. Madam, I will. Not tad. All spent where desire is got without content. It's better to be that which we destroy, than by destruction dwell in doubtful joy. How now, my lord? Why do you keep alone, of sorriest fancies your companions making, using those thoughts which should indeed have died with those they think on? Things without all remedy should be without regard. What's done is done.
We have scorched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor Malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoin. Both the world suffer, and we will eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams that shake us nightly. Better to be with the dead, for we to gain our peace have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Treason has done his worst. Nor steel, nor poison, malice, domestic foreign levy, nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle my lord. Sleek o'er thy rugged looks, be bright and jovial among your guests tonight.
Oh, so shall I, love, and so I pray to you, that your remembrance apply to Banquo, present her eminence both with eye and tongue, safe the while that we must lay our honors in these flattering streams, and make our faces visage to our hearts, discussing what they are.
You must leave this.
Oh, full of scorpions is my mind, a dear wife. Thou knowest that Banquo and her flea haunts lives.
But in them, nature's copy is not eternal.
There's comfort yet. They are assailable. Then be thou jocund, ere the bat hath flown his quested flight, ere to black Hecate summons the shard-born beetle with his drowsy hums, hath wrung night's yawning peal, there shall be done a deed of dreadful notes.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till thou applaud the deed. Come, sealing night, scarf up the tender eye of pitiful day, and with thy bloody and invisible hand, console and tear to pieces that great bond which keeps me pale. Light thickens, and the crow makes wing to the rooky wood. Good things of day begin to droop and drowse, whilst night's black agents to their praise do rouse. Thou marvelst at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee, go with me.
Who did bid thee join with us?
Macbeth. He needs not our mistrust, since he delivers our offices and what we have to do to the direction just.
Then stand with us. The west jet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the laden travelers apace to gain the timely inn, and near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark, I hear horses.
Give us a light there, ho!
Then 'tis she. The rest that are within the note of expectation already are in the court.
The horses go about.
Almost a mile, but she does usually, so they all do, from hence to the palace gate make their walk.
Treachery. A light. A light is she.
Stand to it.
Fly. Good fleance. Fly. Thou mayest revenge. Fly! There'll be rain tonight!
Let it come down!
Who did strike out the light?
'Twas not the way!
There is but one down, the sun is fled!
We have lost best half of our affair.
Then let's away! Say how much is done!
You know your own degree. Sit down. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best time will require her welcome.
Pronounce it for me, sir, for my heart speaks. You're welcome.
See? They encounter thee with their hearts' thanks. Both swords are even here. I'll sit in the midst, eh? Be large in mirth, and on we'll drink a measure the table round. There's blood upon thy face.
'Tis Banquo's then.
'Tis better thee without than she within. Is she dispatched?
Aye, my lord, her throat is cut. That I did for her.
Oh, the best of the cutthroats. Yet, he's good that did the like for Fleance. Thou didst. Thou art the non-pariah.
Your Majesty, Fleance escaped.
And comes my fit again.
Thy host been perfect.
Whole as the marble, founded as the rock, as broad and general as the casing there. And now a cabined cribbed, confined, bound into saucy doubts and fierce.
But Bank was safe.
Yes, my lord. Safe in a ditch she abides, with 20 trench gashes in her head. The least of death to nature.
Thanks for that. Where the grown serpent lies, the worm that's fled, and nature that in time will venom breed no teeth for the present. Get thee gone. Tomorrow we will hear ourselves again.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer. The feast is sold that is not often vouched while 'tis a-making, 'tis given with welcome. To feed were best at home. From thence the sauce to meat is ceremony. Meeting were bare without it.
Sweet remembrance, sir. Now, good digestion wait on appetite and health on both.
May it please your highness, sit.
Oh, here had we now our country's honor roofed, with the graced person of our banquet present, whom may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
Her absence, my lord, lays blame upon her promise. Pleases your majesty to grace us with thy royal company.
Oh, the table's full.
Here is a place reserved, sir.
Where?
Here. What is it that moves your highness?
Which of you have done this?
What, my good lord?
Oh, thou canst not say I did it. Never shake thy glowing locks at me.
Gentlemen, rise. His majesty is not well.
Sit, good friends. Sit. My lord is often thus, and hath been from his youth. I pray you, keep seat. The fit is momentary upon a thought. He will again be well. If you much note him, you will offend him and extend his passion. Feed and regard him not. Are you a man?
I, the bold one, that to look on that which were to call the devil.
Proper stuff. This is the very painting of your fear. The air-drawn dagger that you said led you to Duncan. Oh, these flaws and starts, impostors to true fear, would well become a woman's tale at a winter's fire authorized by her granddad. Why, for shame, why do you make such faces? When all is done, you look but upon a stool.
Prithee, say thou! Behold, look low, how say you? What can I, if thou canst not speak to?
If charnel houses and our graves must send those we bury back,
our monument shall be the walls of Christ.
What? Quite unmanned in folly.
If I stand here, I saw her.
Why, for shame.
Blood hath been shed ere now. In the olden time, ere human statutes purged the gentle wheel, aye, and since too, murders have been performed too terrible for the ear, the time has been. And when the brains are out, the man will die and there an end. But now they rise again with 20 mortal murders on their crowns and push us from our stools. This is more strange than such a murder is.
My worthy lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Do not muse at me, my most worthy friends. I have a strange infirmity which is nothing to those that know me. Come, love and health to all, and I'll sit down. Give me some wine, fill full. I drink to the general joy of the whole table, and to our dear friend, Banquo. She were here. To all and her we thirst, and all to all.
Our duties in the pledge.
Oh, God, thy sight and the earth hide thee. Thy bones are marrowless, thy blood is cold, thou hast no speculation in those eyes which thou dost glare with.
Think of this, good peers, but as a thing of custom, nothing more, only it spoils the pleasure of the time.
What, man, do? Oh, I do! Approach thou like the rugged Russian bear, yon rhinoceros or Ficon tiger, take any shape of that, and my firm nerve shall never tremble. Or be alive again. Bear me to the desert with thy sword. If trembling I never then, protest me the baby of a girl. And terrible shadow, unreal mockery, and... Oh, why being so I am a man again? Pray you sit still.
You have displaced the mirth, broken the good meeting with most admired disorder.
Can such things be? And overcome us like a summer's cloud without our special wonder? You make me strange even to the disposition that I hold, when now I think you can behold such sights and keep the natural ruby of your cheeks, when mine is blanched with fear.
What sights, my lord?
I pray you, speak not. He grows worse and worse. Question enrages him. At once, good night. Go not upon the order of your going, but go at once.
Good night. Better health attend His Majesty.
A kind good night to all.
It will have blood. They say blood will have blood. Stones have been known to move and trees to speak. Augurs and understood relations held by magpies and choughs and rooks brought forth the secret's man of blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning. Which is which?
How sayest thou? Macduff denies his person at our great bidding.
Did you send for him, sir?
I hear it by the way, but I will send. There's not one of them but in his house I keep a servant feed. I will tomorrow, and betimes I will to the weird sisters. More shall they speak, for now I am bent to know that the worst means the worst. For mine own good, all causes shall give way. I am in blood stepped in so far that should I wait no more, returning were as tedious as go o'er. Strange things have I in head that will to hand, which must be acted ere they may be scanned.
You lack the season of all nature's sleep.
Will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that once we are yet but young indeed.
Prior speeches have been heavier thoughts which can interpret farther. Only I say things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was pitied of Macbeth. Mary, he was dead. And the right valiant Banquo, walked too late, whom you may say, if it's pleased you, that Fleance killed, the Fleance fled. Men must not walk too late. Who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm and for Donalbain to kill their gracious father? Damned fact, how it did grieve Macbeth. Did he not straight in pious rage the two delinquents tear, who were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was not that nobly done? Aye, and wisely, too, for 'twould have angered any man alive to hear the men deny it, so that I say he hath borne all things well. And I should think that had he Duncan's sons under his keep, as it please heaven he shall not, they would know what 'twere to kill a father. So should Fleance. But peace, for from broad words, and because he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macduff sits in disgrace. So can you tell me where he bestows himself?
The son of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court, and is received of the most pious Edward, with such respect that the malevolence of fortune nothing takes from his high respect. Thither, Macduff has gone to pray the Holy King, upon his aid, to wake Northumberland and warlike seaward, that, with the help of these and him above to ratify the work, we may again give to our table meat, sleep to our nights, be free of our feasts and banquets' bloody knives, do faithful homage and receive free honors, all of which we pine for now. This report hath so exasperated the king that he now prepares for some attempt of war.
Sent you to Macduff?
He did. And with an absolute, sir, not I, the cloudy messenger turns me his back, as who should say, you'll rule the time that clogs me with this answer.
That may well advise him to a caution to keep what distance his wisdom can provide. Some holy angel fly to the court of England and unfold his message ere he come, that a swift blessing may soon return to this suffering country under a hand accursed.
My prayers go with him.
By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open, locks, ever knocks.
How now, you secret, black, and midnight hags? What is you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure you by that which you profess. However you come to know it, answer me. Though you untie the winds and let them fight against the churches, though the eastern waves confound and swallow navigation up, though bladed corns be lodged and trees blown down, though castles topple on their waters' heads, though palaces and pyramids do slope their heads to their foundations, though the treasure of nature's Germans tumble all together, even though destruction sicken, answer me to what I ask you.
Speak.
Demand.
Will answer. Say, if thou hast rather hear it from our mouths, or from our masters.
Go, let me see him. Tell me, thou unknown power.
He knows thy thought. Hear his speech, but say thou not.
Macbeth, beware, Macduff, beware the thane of Fife. Dismiss me, enough.
What, how the Lord? For thy good caution, thanks, thou hast harped my fear aright. But one word more.
He will not be commanded. Here's another, more potent than the first.
Had I 3 ears, I'd hear thee.
Macduff, what need I fear of thee? But yet, I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted feared lies and sleep in spite of thunder. What is this that rises like the issue of a king, and wears upon his baby brow the round top of sovereignty?
Listen, but speak not to it.
Be lion and proud, and take no care who chafes, who threats, for where conspirers are, Macbeth shall never vanquish thee, until the great burden wood to hide unslain him shall come against him.
That will never be. Who can impress the forest? Bid the tree and fix his earthbound root. Sweet boatman's good. Rebellious dead, rise never to the wood of Burnham arise. And our high-placed Macbeth shall live the lease of nature, pay his breath to time and mortal custom. Yet, my heart throbs to know one thing. Tell me, if your art can tell so much, will Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more!
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know.
Show.
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
Thou art too like the spirit of Banquo. Thou, thy crown doth sear mine eyeballs, and thy hair, thou other gold-bound brows like the first, the third is like the former. Filthy hags, why do you show me this? A fourth scarred eyes, what? Will the line stretch out to the crack of doom? Another yet, a seventh I'll see no more. And yet the eighth appears, who bears a glass which shows me many more. And some I see the twofold bowls and trebled scepters carry. Horrible sight. Now I see 'tis true. For the blood-bolted Banquo smiles upon me and points at them for her. Wait, what is this? So, where are they? Gone? Let us finish us hour. Stand I accursed in the calendar. Come in, wake out there.
What's your grace's will?
Saw you the Wheat Sisters?
No, my lord.
Came they not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Fetid be the air, whereon they ride, and damned all those that trust them. I did hear the galloping of horse. Who was't came by?
'Twas 2 or 3, my lord, that bring you word Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose ne'er is overtook unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the very first things of my heart shall be the first things of my hand, and even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, let it be thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
Done to make him fly the land.
You must have patience, madam.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom. To leave his wife, to leave his babes, his mansion and his titles, all in a place from whence himself does fly.
He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. And so the wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in her nest against the owl. All is the fear and nothing is the love. As little is the wisdom where the flight so runs against all reason.
My dearest cuz, I pray you, school yourself. As for your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I dare not say much more. But cruel are the times when we are traitors and do not know ourselves. When we hold rumor against what we fear, but know not what we fear, but float upon a wild and violent sea and move each way. I take my leave of you. I'll not be long, but I'll be here again. Things at their worst will cease, or else climb upwards to what they were before. My pretty cousin, blessings upon you.
Father he is, and yet he's fatherless.
I am so much a fool. Were I to stay, it would be my shame and your discomfort. I take my leave at once.
Your father is dead. And what will you do now? How will you live?
As birds do, Mother.
What? With worms and flies?
With what I get. I mean, so do they. My father is not dead for all yours.
Yes, he is dead. How wilt thou do for father?
Was my father a traitor, Mother?
Aye, that he was.
What is a traitor?
Why, one that swears and lies.
And all be traitors that do so?
Everyone that does so is a traitor and must be hanged.
Must they all be hanged that swear and lie?
Everyone.
Who must hang them?
Why, the honest men.
Then the liars and swearers are fools, because they're liars and swearers, not to beat the honest men and hang up them?
Oh, now. God help thee. Poor monkeys. How wilt thou do for a father?
If he were dead, you'd weep for him.
Oh.
Bless you, fair dame. I'm not too known, though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take a homely man's advice, be not found here, hence with your little ones. To frighten you thus, methinks I'm too savage. To do worse to you were fell cruelty, which is to deny your person. Heaven preserve you, I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. I remember now that I'm in this earthly world. To do harm is often laudable. To do good sometimes accounted dangerous folly. Why then do I put up my womanly defense to say that I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where's your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified for such as thou mayst find him.
He's a traitor!
Thou liest, thou shag-eared villain!
What? You egg? You foul bastard!
Let us seek out some desolate shade and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and, like good men, bestride our downfallen birthdom. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, that it resounds as if it felt with Scotland and yelled out like syllable of Dolan.
What I believe I'll wail, what no believe, and what I can redress, as I shall find the time to friend, I will. That which you have spoke, it may be so, perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well, he hath not touched you yet. And I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up the weak, poor innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge. But I shall crave your pardons. That which you are, my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Though all things foul would wear the brows of grace, yet grace must still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Chance even there where I did find my doubts. Why in that rawness left you wife and child, those precious motives, those strong knots of love without leave taking? I pray that not my jealousies be your dishonors, but mine own safeties may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, poor country. Great tyranny, that thou thy base is sure for goodness dare not check thee. Where thou thy wrongs, the title is afeared. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkst for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not as in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps, bleeds, and each new day gashes added to her wounds.
See who comes here.
My countryman, but yet I know him not.
My ever-gentle cousin. Welcome hither.
Ah, I know him now. Good gods, be time to remove the means that makes us strangers.
Sir, amen.
Stand Scotland where it did?
Alas, poor country, almost afraid to know itself. It cannot be called our mother, but our grave, where nothing but who knows nothing is once seen to smile, where sighs and groans and shrieks that rent the air are made not marked, where violent sorrow seems a modern ecstasy. The dead man's knell is there scarce asked for who, and good men perish before the feathers in their caps, dying or ere they sicken.
No relation, too nice and yet too true.
What's the newest grief?
That of an hour's age doth hiss the speaker. Each minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Why, well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace?
No, they were well at peace when I did leave them.
Be not a miser of your speech. How goes it?
When I came hither to bear the tidings which I have heavily carried, there ran a rumor of many worthy fellows who were out, which was to my belief witnessed the rather, for there I saw the tyrant's power afoot. Now is the time of help. Your eye in Scotland would create soldiers, make our orphans fight to doff their dire distresses.
Be it their comfort, we are coming thither. Gracious England hath lent us good seaward and 10,000 men. An older and a better soldier none that Christendom gives out.
Would that I could answer this kindness with the like, but I have words that would rather be howled into the desert air where hearing should not latch them.
Well, what concern they? The general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but it bears some woe, though the main part pertains to you alone.
Well, if it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let not your ears despise my tongue forever, which burdened them with the heaviest sound that ever yet they heard.
I guess it.
Your castle is surprised. Your wife and babes savagely slaughtered. To relate the manner were on the quarry of these murdered deer, to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven. What? Men, never pull your hat upon your brow. Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the overfraught heart and bids it break.
My children, too.
Wife, children, servants, all that could be found.
Oh, and I must flee from thence. My wife, killed, too.
I have said, let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children! All my pretty ones. Did you say all? Oh, kite, all! All my pretty chickens and their dam in one fell swoop.
Dispute it like a man!
I shall do so. But I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things were that were most precious to me. Did heaven look on and would not take their part? Sinful Macduff, they were all struck for thee. Not that I am, not for their own demerits, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger. Blunt not the heart. Enrage it.
Oh, I could play the woman with mine eyes and braggart with my tongue. But gentle heavens, cut short all intermission. Front to front bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready, our lack is nothing but our leave. And Macbeth is ripe for the shaking. And the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may, the night is long that never finds the day.
I have 2 nights watched with you, but can perceive no truth in your report. When was it she last walked?
Since His Majesty went into the field. I've seen her rise to her bed, throw her nightgown upon her, unlock her closet, take forth paper, fold it, write upon it, read it, afterwards seal it, and again return to bed. Yet all this while in the most fast sleep.
A great perturbation in nature to know at once the benefit of sleep and do the effects of watching. In this slumbering agitation, besides her walking and other actual performances, what at any time have you heard her say?
That sort which I will not report after her.
You may to me, and 'tis most meet you should.
Neither to you nor anyone, having no witness to confirm my speech. Lo you, here she comes. This is her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
How came she by that light?
Why, it stood by her. She is led by her continually. 'Tis her command.
You see her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense are shut.
What is it she does now? Look, how she rubs her hands.
It is an accustomed action to seem thus washing her hands. I have known her to continue it a quarter of an hour.
Yet, here's a spot.
Hark, she speaks. I will set down what comes from her to satisfy my remembrance the more strongly.
Out, damn spot, out, I say. 1, 2. Why then, 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie. A soldier and a feared, what need we know? What need we fear? Who knows it? When none can call our power to account. have thought the old man to have so much blood in him.
Do you mark that?
Where is she now? Will these hands ne'er be clean? No more of that, my lord, no more of that. You mar all with this starting.
Go to. You have known what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not. I am sure of it. Heaven knows what she has known.
Yet, here's the smell of blood still. All the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little head.
What a sigh is there. The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
This disease is beyond my practice. Yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep and died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look not so pale. I tell you yet again, Banquo's buried. She cannot come out again out of her grave.
Even so.
To bed. To bed. I hear a knocking at the gate. Come. 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 Take my hand. What's done cannot be undone. To bed. To bed. To bed.
Will she now go to bed?
Directly.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. God forgive us all. Look after her. Remove from her the means of all annoyance, yet still keep eyes upon her. So, good night. My mind she has mated and amazed my sight, I think. I dare not speak.
Good night, good doctor.
The English power is near, led on by Malcolm, his uncle Seward, and the good Macduff. Vengeance is burdened them, as their dear causes would to the bleeding and the grim alarm excite a mortified man. Near Burnham Wood shall we meet them, that way they're coming. Who knows if Donalbain be with her brother?
For certain so she is. I have a file of all the gentry. There is Seward's son, and many unrough youths that even now protest their first of manhood. What does the tyrant?
Great Dunsinane he strongly fortifies. Some say he's mad, others that hate him less do call it valiant fury, but for certain, he cannot buckle his distempered cause within the belt of rule. Now does he feel his secret murders sticking on his hands. Now, minutely, revolts upbraid his faith breach. Those he commands move only in command, never in love. Now does he feel his title hang loose about him like a giant's robe upon a dwarfish thief.
Who then can blame his pestered senses to recoil and start, when all that is within him does condemn itself to being there?
Well, march we onward, to give obedience where 'tis truly owed. Let's meet the medicine of this sickly wheel, and with him pour we in our country's purge each drop of us.
Or, so much as it needs to dew the sovereign flower and drown the weeds, make we our way toward Burnham.
Bring me no more reports. Let them fly all. The Burnham wood removed to Dunsinane I cannot taint with fear. What's the boy Malcolm? Was he not born of woman? The spirits that know all mortal consequences have pronounced me thus. Fear not, for no man that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. Then fly, false thanes, and mingle with the English epicures. The mind I sway by, and the heart I bear shall never sigh with doubt, nor shake with fear. The devil damn thee, black thou cream-faced loon, why gotst thou that goose look?
There is 10,000
Geese, villain!
soldiers, sir.
Go prick thy face, and overrid thy beard, thou lily-livered boy! What soldiers, patch death on thy soul? Those linen cheeks of thine are counselors to fear! What soldiers, wave face!
The English force, so please you.
Take thy face hence! Satan! I am sick at heart when I behold. Satan, I say! This push shall cheer me ever or deceive me now. I have lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into the sere, the yellow leaf, and that which should accompany old age has honor, love, obedience. Troop of friends I must not look to have, but in their stead, curses, not loud but deep, mouth honor, bread which the poor heart would fain deny and dare not. Satan!
What's your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
All is confirmed, my lord, which was reported.
I'll fight, till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Give me my armor.
It is not needed yet.
I'll put it on. Saddle more horses, scour the country round, hang those that talk of fear. Give me my armor. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that? Canst thou not minister to a mind diseased? Luck from the memory of rooted sorrow. Raise out the ridden troubles of the brain, and with some sweet, oblivious antidote, cleanse the stuff bosom of that perilous stuff which weighs upon the heart.
Well, therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw! Dogs! Oh, none of it! Come, put my armor on. Give me my stuff. Doctor, the thanes fly from me. Come, sir, dispatch. If thou couldst, doctor, cast the water of my land, find her disease, and purge it to a sound and pristine health, I would applaud thee to the very echo that should applaud again. Pull it off, I say. What rhubarb, son or purgative drug would scour these English heads? Hearest thou of them?
Aye, my good lord, your royal preparation makes us hear something.
Bring it after me. I will not be afraid of death and bane. To Burnham Forest, come to Dunsinane.
Were I from Dunsinane, away and clear, profit again should hardly draw me here.
Cousins, I hope the days are near at hand and Chambers will be safe.
I doubted nothing.
What wood is this before us?
The wood of murder. Let every soldier hew them down a bough and bear it before them. Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery err in report of us.
It shall be done.
We learn no other but the confident tyrant keeps still in Dunsinane, and will endure our setting down before it.
'Tis his main hope, for where there is advantage to be given, both more and less have given him the revolt, and none serve with him now but constrained things whose hearts are absent too.
Let all our just censures attend the true event, and put we on industrious soldiership.
The time approaches that will with due decision make us know what we shall say we have and what we owe. Thoughts speculative, their unsure hopes relate, but certain issues, strokes must arbitrate, towards which advance the war.
Hang out the banners on outward walls! The cry is still they come. Our castle's strength will have a siege to scorn. Here, let them lie, till famine and the ague eat them up. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them direful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home! What is that noise?
Cry of women, my good lord.
I've almost forgot the taste of fears. The time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek, and my fellow Herod at a dismal treatise roused and stir as life were in't. I've supped full with horrors, dyings familiar to my slaughter's thoughts cannot one start me. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
Should have died hereafter. There would have been time for such a word. Tomorrow, and tomorrow, and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace, from day to day to the lost syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle. Life's been a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It's a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Well, there comes news thy tongue, thy story, quickly.
Gracious my lord, I should report that which I say I saw, but I know not how to do it.
Well, say it, sir.
As I stood my watch upon the hill, I looked towards Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave!
Let me endure your wrath if it not be so. Within a 3-mile net you see it coming. I say, a moving grove.
If thou speakest false, upon the next tree shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. If thy speech be sooth, I care not if thou dost for me as much. I pull in resolution and begin to doubt the equivocation of the theme that lies like truth. Fear not till Burnham Wood do come to Dunsinane. And now Wood comes toward Dunsinane. On, doubt. If this which he avouches does appear, there is no flying hence, no tarrying here. I came to be aweary of the sun, and wish the state of the world were now undone. Ring the alarm bell! Blow in, come rock! At least we'll die with harness on our back.
mighty uncle, shall with my cousin, your right, noble son, lead our first battle. Macduff and we shall take it upon us what else remains to do according to our order.
Fare you well. Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
Let all our trumpets speak. Give them all breath, those clamorous harbingers of blood and death.
Tied me to a stake. I cannot fly. Belike I must fight the course. What's he that was not born of woman? Such a one am I to fear or not?
What is thy name?
Thou'lt be afraid to hear it.
No. Though thou callest thyself a harder name than any is found.
My name's Macbeth!
The devil himself could not pronounce the title more hateful to my ear.
No, no more fearful.
Thou liest, you horrid tyrant. With my sword I'll prove the lie thou speakest.
Wast born of woman! But swords I smile at, weapons loft to scorn. Then display a man that's of a woman born.
That way the noise is! Tyrant! Show thy face! If thou be slain, and with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. I cannot strike at wretched kerns whose arms are hired to bear their stabs. Either thou, Macbeth, or else my sword with an unbattered edge I sheathe again undeeded.
Hurrah!
There thou should be. By this great clatter, and one of greatest note seems bruited. Let me find him, fortune, and more I beg not.
This way, my lord. The castle's gently rendered. The tyrant's people on both sides do fight. The noble thanes do bravely in the war, and the day almost professes itself yours, and little is to do.
We have met with foes that strike beside us.
Enter, sir, the castle.
Why should I play the Roman fool and die on mine own sword? Whilst I see lives, the gashes do better upon them.
Turn, hellhound! Turn!
Of all men else, I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier, villain, than terms can give thee out!
As easy mayst thou the instrumented air with thy keen sword, as make me bleed, let fall thy blade on vulnerable crests. I bear a charmed life, which must not yield to one of woman born.
Spare thy charms, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee Macbeth was from his mother's womb, untimely ripped.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so, for it hath cowed my better part of man. And be these juggling fiends no more believed, that powder with us in the double sense, that keep the word of promise to our ear, and break it to our hope. I'll not fight with thee!
Then yield thee, coward, and live to be the show and gaze of the time. We'll have thee, as our rarer monsters are, painted upon a pole, and under writ, here may you see the tyrant.
I will not yield to kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited with the rebel's curse.
Though Burnham Wood becomes a Dunsinane,
and thou opposed, being of no woman born, yet I will try the last.
Before my body, I throw my warlike shield, lay on Macduff, and damned be him that first cries, hold enough!
Would the friends we missed were safe arrived.
Some must go off. Yet by these I see here, a day such as this is cheaply bought.
Macduff is missing, and your noble son.
Your son, my lord, has paid a soldier's debt. He only lived ere he was a man, though no sooner had his prowess confirmed in the unshrinking station where he fought, but like a man he died.
Then he is dead.
Aye, and carried off the field. Let not your sorrow be measured by his worth, for then it has no end.
Had he his hurts before?
Aye, on the front.
Why, then God's soldier be he. Had I as many sons as I have hairs, I wouldn't wish them a fairer death. And so his knell is knolled.
It's worth more sorrow. That I'll spend for him.
He's worth no more. They say he died well and paid his score, so God be with him. Here comes newer comfort.
Hail, King, for so thou art. The time is freed. I see thee compassed with thy kingdom's pearl, that speak my salutations in their minds, whose voices I desire, aloud with mine.